Hi, welcome to Moonlight Fly Fishing and Fly Tying Night tonight. I'm Brandon Moon, and tonight I'm going to be tying up the Chaos Hopper. This hopper pattern is a pattern created by Roman Nyman from Blue Ribbon Flies in West Yellowstone. This pattern was said by Craig Matthews to be one of the best hopper patterns they've fished in the Yellowstone area. So an awesome, easy, effective pattern, and we're excited to bring that to you today. So with that, enjoy, and we'll see you on the other side. For the hook on this fly today, we're going to be tying a size 12 on the Moonlit Premium Toata ML102. This is tied on a standard dry fly hook instead of a 1X long or a heavier hook. And we're tying this anywhere from a size 8 to 14. The thread we're using is Semper Classic Wax 12/0. We're using the Floral yellow on this pattern. We're going to start that right behind the eye and then run that thread with nice even wraps all the way to the hook point. And we're going to go forward and then backward so we get 3 layers of a body base on this. And then we'll go back about halfway up that way to create our stop point. I'm going to trim out the tag end of thread with a box knife or a razor blade. I'm going to take a piece of 2mm foam with the point trimmed with fingernail clippers. I'm going to measure that to be about the length of the hook shank, where I'm going to take the point of my scissors and punch a hole in this. Now the foam is 2mm foam, and it's just a little bit less than the gape of the hook because it's a wider gape hook. I'm going to slide that over the top and punch it through that hole there. I'm going to slide it to where the foam runs into my placement of thread there. We'll hold that in place and give about 2 loose wraps. Give a third wrap and then kind of tighten it down. Make sure that foam is in place. I'm going to take some super glue, the Loctite with the brush applicator. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that thread there. And this is just going to help that body stay nice and firm to the body on that hook. Also stop it from rotating some. Foam does like to rotate on you sometimes. So now I'm going to take that thread just over the front top. I'm going to go up to the eye of the hook. Now I'm going to pull that foam through the eye of the hook there. Once I get it through, I'm going to take and make sure I get that eye over that eye, or the foam over the eye nice and good. I'm going to put a few wraps just over that foam. Now we'll crisscross back, double check. I'm in good shape, so I'll have a nice clean eye. Now I'm going to take a small clump of Brook Hog Wing. This is awesome synthetic material here. And I'm going to take that small clump and I'm going to measure it out. And I'm going to make sure it's just a little longer than the back end of my tail on this hopper here. A couple wraps, not too tight. 2 of them will tighten it down. Now I'm going to fold that over loosely. You can see that I'm not pulling it tight. That's so that I can take and capture and double back that wing. This is going to help make my wing more durable and harder to pull out. We'll trim that off just past the end of the body of this hopper. Now I'm going to take a little more super glue and I'm just going to put that down so I can help hold that head in nice and good. Dab that on there. Now I'm going to pull that head back. This gives me a nice bullet head pattern to this fly. We'll cinch that down. Now I'm just going to trim that out nice and flush as I can. I'll trim out at an angle there just to help clean it up on both sides. Now for the legs, I'm using Semper flies silly legs in the Chartreuse and barred silver. I'll measure the back end to be just past the back end of my tail and the length of my wing there. A couple loose wraps over the top allows me to adjust them and move them where I want to the side of this fly here. We'll secure them down with a couple more wraps just to make sure they're nice and secure. I can adjust the legs to make sure they're in place where I want them. Now I'm going to take a pre-cut and trimmed out piece of 2mm foam in yellow. I'm going to tie that in roughly about halfway back of that body with a good couple wraps over the top. This is my indicator so that it helps me see my fly better. Now I'm just going to take and trim out nice and clean that tag end there, you can see. Now I'll take a little bit of glue on my thread, and this is going to help secure in my legs and my foam. Just good couple wraps. Seat that glue down in there nice and good. I can trim out my legs. I want my legs to be just a little bit past the hook eye there so that they're not too long in the front. The front's going to be about 3/4 the length of the back legs. I'm going to whip finish this now with about 3 or 4 turn whip. Snip that out with the snip tool on my whip finish tool here. Or you can use your razor blade, or you can use a pair of scissors. Excuse my dogs. Now I'm just going to make sure I don't need to trim any of this wing out to clean it up. Dogs are a little excited today. You can see there's just a small little piece of wing there that I want to trim out. So we'll trim that out. And even with having to do that, this pattern's done. And with that, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.